Dear Tostik, in the vast steppes of Kazakhstan, I grew up listening to the endless whine and watching riders disappear beyond the horizon. My name is Tostik, the son of Qadarkhan and Ahmaral. Since my childhood, people always said that I was too curious and asked too many questions about lands beyond our village. But my father always smiled and said, "My dear son, curiosity is not weakness. Curiosity is what leads men toward a destiny." Most of my days were spent riding across the steppes with my horse, Kambar. But actually, he was more than a horse to me. He felt like a true friend. Everything was fine until one day, the day when my father disappeared. I still remember. My mother stood outside for hours and waiting for his caravan, but it never returned. At first, we thought it was only delayed. Then 3 days passed, then a week, and if I'm not mistaken, on the 10th night, an old traveler arrived our village. "Your husband was taken," he said quietly. My mother looked frightened. "Taken where?" "To the underground world," he replied. So I stood up immediately. "I'll find him." My mother looked frightened. She looked really scared. And Tostik, you don't know what's out there. You can't go. You're my only child. And the truth was, I was afraid too. I was really afraid. But I replied, "If I stay here and do nothing, I regret it forever." So the next morning, before sunrise, I packed my food, weapons, warm clothes onto Kambar and started my journey. After 2 days of travel, I reached the dark forest of Karajalmal. The trees were so big that they blocked the sunlight and everything became strangely silent. Suddenly, Kambar stopped. I knew something was wrong, and a moment later, a giant black wolf jumped from the darkness. Fear froze me for a second. Then I remembered my father's words. "Dear son, strength is useless without patience." And when the wolf attacked me again, I stepped aside and struck with my sword. I forced myself to breathe slowly and stay calm, so the wolf collapsed. The next day, we reached a massive river. On the opposite side of the river, I saw a dragon. "Human," it growled. "You should have stayed at home." I was really terrified because it's a giant dragon. I never saw a dragon. But I raised my sword. I didn't come this far to run. So the battle lasted for 7 days. And on the 7th day, I noticed a weak spot beneath its neck and defeated it. I couldn't believe we survived, I whispered. And the next morning, I continued my trip. I saw an underground kingdom ruled by Aydahar. And inside, I saw a magical cage where my father was stuck. He said, "Human, family is weakness that ruins people's life." And I shouted, "Where is he?" And he attacked me immediately without any mercy. For a moment, I thought I would lose. And I wanted to give up. But I remembered my family. I remembered my mother waiting for me. I remembered my father. And I forced myself to stay quiet. Then I struck him with all my strength. Aydahar made a final roar and collapsed. I was so proud of myself because I defeated Aydahar. And the magical cage behind him just broke, and I saw my father. Exhausted, hungry, weak, tired, but alive. Weak but alive. So I helped him to stand up, and we returned our home together. My mother was very happy, and my family was finally reunited. So I made a lesson for myself. Bravery is not like lack of fear. Bravery is when you move forward even fear walks beside you.